Hey explorers, welcome back to the Everwind Devlog series. This is our 5th devlog, and as always we are excited to share the latest updates on our sandbox RPG adventure game. If you're new here, Everwind is all about exploring flying islands, building airships, fighting epic bosses, and surviving in a procedurally generated world. Let's dive in. First off, a big thank you to everyone who checked out our demo during Steam Next Fest. The response was incredible. Over 355,000 unique players tried it out. Additionally, we racked up more than 1,500 reviews with an 86% positive rating, and it even ranked as one of the most played demos overall during the event. Your feedback has been invaluable, and it's helping us refine things for early access. After reviewing all of your feedback, we turned our attention back to the foundations of Everwind, the world itself. This month, a major part of our work has gone into refining how islands generate and how each biome stands out. We've been tweaking the world generator to make the island shapes way more dynamic and engaging. We want every island to feel unique, with natural formations that spark curiosity and invite exploration. By experimenting with scale, terrain variation, and hidden details, we're creating environments that feel alive and are full of surprises at every turn. Expect islands with tons of nooks and crannies, rugged mountains, sheer cliffs, and all sorts of hidden spots to explore. Our goal here is to make the different biomes feel truly distinct. The jungles are thick with towering trees and steep cliffs, forming a natural maze full of life and mystery. Strange, colourful plants twist through the canopy, and deep canyons hide the secrets of an ancient Grimverd civilization. Here, you can find enormous stone pyramids and massive swords driven into the earth, remnants of their older, powerful era, while nearby, more primitive bamboo villages hint at later generations. Every step feels like a discovery, and thanks to our improved world generator, the terrain is now far more varied and multi-layered than ever before. Watch your step though. Spine jaws lurk in the shadows. We'll tell you more about them later in this devlog. In stark contrast to the lush jungles, rotten islands tell a very different story. Once vibrant forests, these lands have been turned into shattered wastelands, their mountains and hills ripped apart by the relentless mining of the steamer civilization. Massive pits and gaping holes scar the uneven terrain, while toxic zones and poisonous plants creep through the cracks. Rustic diggers and abandoned refinery structures litter the islands, while hidden steamer mines invite explorers to venture deep into tunnels where ancient machinery has been sealed off for centuries. Every step across this devastated terrain speaks of exploitation, danger, and the strange beauty of a world reshaped by industry. But that's not all. Our world generator now allows us to create islands partially submerged in water, which look especially striking in the desert biome, where oases emerge as hidden pockets of life. These waterborne islands come in far more varied shapes than before, offering new opportunities for exploration. You might also stumble upon small settlements inhabited by NPCs, abandoned lighthouses standing sentinel over the waves, or even shipwrecks resting on the islands themselves, telling their own stories of adventure and misfortune. With these changes, the seas of Everwind feel alive, mysterious, and full of secrets waiting to be discovered. Those of you who have been following Everwind for a long time know that the game has always been designed as a first-person experience. Combat, exploration, and level design were all built around that close, immersive perspective. Over time, however, many of you shared feedback asking for a third-person option, and we've been listening. Because of that, we've decided to experiment with an optional third-person perspective, TPP mode. This feature is still early and very much a work in progress. Some animations, camera behavior, and combat interactions may feel rough or unfinished, as TPP is not meant to replace first-person mode, but to give you another way to experience the world and see your character in action. Feedback gathered during early access will play a huge role in what happens next. We hope that you will let us know what works, what doesn't, and how the new perspective feels overall. Together we'll decide how TPP fits into Everwind's future. Now let's talk combat and enemies, because we've got some exciting new additions coming. We're introducing fresh bosses like the Wraith Lord and a massive Golem boss that'll test your skills in a big way. Each battle will require strategy, and you will often fight in special arenas that can either make the boss encounter easier or more challenging. On the enemy front, keep an eye out for Spinejaws, Skitters and Toads, all of which add variety to fights. Spinejaws, for example, attack in groups, and because of that they are tough opponents. They protect their nest, but it's worth hunting them for their valuable loot, which the player can use for alchemy. Meanwhile, Skitters have a special camouflage ability. Instead of a shell, they use a rock or a wooden barrel, so don't be surprised if you try breaking one and a Skitter pops out. We're still working on combat balance, and your demo feedback has been very helpful in that regard. Most importantly, we've made a lot of changes to weapon animations to make sure that they're more responsive and immersive. What's more, parrying will now be available for both weapons and shields. And speaking of them, we've added a bunch of new weapons and armors. We want to give you plenty of options and playstyles to choose from. You'll be able to experiment with different combinations and find the setup that best fits your style. We're also introducing a selection of unique weapons, rare items that will be much harder to find, rewarding exploration and dedication. This should add an extra layer of excitement for players who enjoy discovering hidden content and powerful gear. So far, we've deliberately kept the skills system under wraps. Most of them are still in intensive polishing and testing. We know this is one of the most important parts of gameplay, and we're working hard to deliver. In early access, you'll definitely see this system evolve right before your eyes, as we will keep adding new active skills. And speaking of evolving systems, let us now talk about spellcasting. We are expanding it to add more depth, flexibility, and tactical decision-making by introducing spellbooks and refinements to staff mechanics. Spellbooks offer a new way to cast spells without a staff. Each spellbook contains exactly one spell and focuses primarily on support and close-range area of effect abilities. Spellbooks require both hands to use, do not break, and can be recharged at charging stations once their charges are depleted. Players must choose their spellbooks carefully, as carrying one book means committing to a single spell. Staffs now operate on a limited charge system, with each cast consuming energy from an internal reservoir. When depleted, a staff becomes inert until recharged at a charging station. Charge capacity varies by staff type, material, and rarity, with 3 main tiers: Novice, Advanced, and Master, unlocked through staff-wielding skills. Higher tier staffs offer more charges and special properties. To keep staffs relevant, they also feature unique skills such as deflecting magical projectiles or charging powerful spell-dependent attacks. Novice and Advanced tiers will be available at the start of early access, and the Master tier will be introduced in the future during its run. Together, these systems encourage preparation and risk management. You must balance staff durability and spellbook selection while recharging staffs consume spirit dust to prevent unlimited spellcasting. The result is a more tactical, immersive magic system that supports varied playstyles and reinforces Everwind's mythical world building. Next up, here's a showcase of Altitude 2 biomes. Dive into lush jungles teeming with exotic plants and dangers, or wander through the russet version of forest biome with its colourful foliage and seasonal vibes. These areas bring fresh resources, creatures and challenges, opening up even more of the skies. You will find completely different structures and dungeons here. To reach them, keep upgrading your ship. The better it is, the higher you can go. Additionally, during early access, we will also work on Altitude 3 to offer even more varied content for your enjoyment. Those of you who followed our Kickstarter campaign surely remember an unreached goal of NPC villages. Well, we have great news for you. This feature will be in the game after all. We've got various traders scattered around for buying and selling gear and supplies. Villages will have their own guards to keep things secure, adding that RPG flavour. NPC AI is a massive topic we'll keep iterating on right up to early access, but trading is already solid and ready to go. This system will require meticulous balancing based on both our design ideas and your early access feedback. Item progression is getting a boost too. You will be able to upgrade your gear at special stations up to +10 levels, and this works on armor and weapons alike. Weapons in the game can have random attribute modifiers that slightly alter their base stats. These attributes are generated within a specific range, meaning that even two weapons of the same type can have different properties. For example, you might find a stone dagger with +19% to backstab damage, but another stone dagger could roll +5% to critical chance. This system adds variety and encourages players to keep exploring and comparing their finds. We also want this attribute system to tie into the weapon upgrade process. At certain upgrade milestones, for example levels 5 and 10, the weapon will gain an additional random modifier. This way, the upgrade station doesn't just improve base stats, but can also create more unique and personalized weapons over time. Finally, a quick shout out to some quality of life tweaks based on your feedback. We're adding markers for easier navigation, handy keyboard shortcuts, and full key binding customization. These little changes make everything smoother and more intuitive. The game will also feature a 10-minute death marker that will appear exactly where you fall to help you recover items you dropped when your character died. Of course, this only affects items from specific categories, such as treasure and resources, as currently equipped gear and anything you hold in your hands cannot be dropped. That's a wrap for Devlog number 5. We're pushing hard toward early access, so stay tuned for more. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and wishlist Everwind on Steam. Thanks for watching, and onwards to the skies.